Hello everyone. Me and my partner have together created a presentation on the research paper Research on Big Data Analysis by Hong Lee, which focuses on data acquisition and data analysis. Let's start with the introduction. So data collection is used to solve data island, which is basically a store of hidden data in a web page and is accessible through an extensible markup language. All data without data collection would be independent and meaningless. Thus, data acquisition is used to store this data in a warehouse and then integrate and analyze it. Data collection can be divided into five main categories, which are collection of system file log, network big data collection, software programming access, provide database and data file, discrete data or random data selection. The next topic is data collection. First part of data collection is collection of system or file log. Many internet enterprises have their own massive data collection tools which can meet the needs of log data and transmit hundreds of MB per second. One example of this is Scribe, which is an open source log collection system of Facebook. It can collect logs from various log sources and store them in a central storage system. Network big data collection. Web data collection refers to obtaining data information from websites through web crawler or website open API. It is also known as web crawler. This method extracts unstructured data from web pages and stores it as a structured unified local data file. It supports all types of attachments. It is mostly used to provide the most comprehensive and up-to-date data for search engines. It can be divided into three categories, which are distributed web crawler tools, the Java web crawler tool, and non-Java web crawler tools. Software interface mode. This process is used to coordinate all system business processes and database related table structure design to determine the feasibility plan. For code testing, the four different phases are: first, the data reliability and value of interface docking mode, as there is no data duplication in general. Second, the data can be transmitted to the interface to meet the requirements of data, real-time application, but the cost of interface development is high. Third, need to coordinate multiple software vendors. This has heavy workload and is easy to fail. Fourth is the scalability is not high. The data interface and the data big platform need to be modified. Database and data file supply includes data file data, database records data, and data stored in a dataset. You can see here the schematic diagram of big data collection sources, which involve system file log, network data, software interface data, database, and discrete data, etc. Discrete data or random data selection. Big data statistics is applied in the process of data analysis. Through the use of probability theory, we establish mathematical models, collect the data, carry out quantitative analysis, summarize it, and then infer and predict. According to that, we provide the basis and reference for relevant decision making. The basic theories of statistics include probability limit theory, its applications, tree probability, spatial probability, etc. Data processing and analysis process. The focus of data analysis lies in data storage cost, data storage method, and data processing technology. The value of data essence is the core reason of data processing. Companies are realizing the benefits of big data cloud technologies as it allows them to combine all of their platforms into one easily adaptable system. You can see here the components of data processing system. The difference between correlation analysis and regression analysis. Correlation of big data is a statistical analysis to study the correlation between two or more random variables. It focuses on finding various correlation characteristics among random variables, for example, height and weight. Regression, whereas, refers to a statistical analysis method to determine the quantitative relationship between two or more variables. It is used to focus on dependence between random variables so that one variable can be used to predict another variable. Data analysis is a complex process. It is a process of checking, cleaning, transforming, and modeling data. The purpose is to find useful information, draw conclusions, and promote decision making. The description statistics of big data is a method to sort out and analyze the data by charts, mathematical methods, and describe the distribution state, digital characteristics, and the relationship between random variables. You can see here the schematic diagram of big data analysis steps. The first step is to determine analysis objectives. Then we sort out the business and form the analysis idea. Then we go to establishing the index system. We then collect raw data, processing analysis data. Then we output the data reasonably. I now hand it over to my partner Jay to explain data analysis to you.
Would be explaining the data analysis of this project. In the modern world, where information is one's greatest asset, we rely on data for many aspects, one of which being its use in business models. One uses data driven decision making practice in order to optimize the growth of the company. Varied sectors like marketing, finance, sales, customer service, etc., depend upon big data and data analysis in order to optimize their services or products and predict certain outcomes to thrive in the competing business world. As shown in the slide, trading volume, customer unit price, discount rate are some of the attributes that would define a purchase process and hence are analyzed by business strategists for optimal sales. Moving on to the next slide, build an analysis index system. The selection of an evaluation index and whether the system is reasonable or not have an essential effect on the evaluation results. It is very important for one to understand what and how to analyze all the aspects of the data collected in order to have a logical connection in the entire framework. Index system identifies all the attributes in the model in order to give the best possible analysis in the further phases. When it comes, moving on to the third slide, to acquire and collect data. When it comes to data acquiring and collecting, data can be divided into two forms, primary and secondary data. Primary data is collected via first party means, for example, direct audience, like how much on a scale of 1 to 10 would you rate your service of the business or product. The second one being secondary data, that is collected via second party. For example, data of the entire nation of the approval rating of the current government. Once the volume of data is collected, it needs to be stored in such a way that analysis on it can be performed smoothly and efficiently. In the analysis phase, the analysis phase is crucial because it turns the raw data into valuable insights that you can use to enhance your marketing strategies, products, and business decisions. Moving on to the next slide, data cleaning and pre-processing. It is one of the most crucial aspects of data analysis as one needs to be thorough in this phase of data analysis. The data collected is of huge volumes and is usually redundant, repetitive, contains errors and null values, and may contain anomalies, and etc. Hence, these needs to be corrected. It is generally done by writing scripts in various programming languages, for example, Python, which removes the noise from the data. Further, this slide explains three critical aspects of data cleaning and processing. They are data integration, data transformation, and data reduction. They cover the process of data accumulation, changing its form and format suitable for analysis, and finally removing the noise and irregularities in the data collected. Moving on to the next slide, reasonable data information output. Data integrity is overall accuracy, completeness, and consistency of the data. It is maintained by collecting of processes, rules, and standards implemented during the design phase. When the integrity of the data is secure, the information stored in the database will remain complete, accurate, and reliable no matter how long it is stored or how often it is accessed. Second one being data sharing. Data in the database is established for many users to share, which has got rid of restrictions and constraints of specific procedures. Different users can use the data in the database according to their own usage and needs. Multiple users can share the data resources in the database at the same time, which is called concurrency. That is, different users can access the same data in the database. Moving on to the conclusion of the presentation. In the process of building the Internet of Things system model, the most important part is data processing in the system process. The sensor layer of the Internet of Things collects large amount of data which needs to be processed, and the purpose of processing is to transform the original data into useful information. These are the references that we have used during our entire presentation. Thank you so much.